One of the greatest things a gamer can experience is finding one of those rare indie gems. This is not one of them. This is ANNO Mutationem. Don't go away. To start this review off, I will say I bought this game on sale during the Christmas sale time in 2025 last year, a time when I usually buy like 4 or 5 random indie games that look kind of good to me via the trailer and photos, and that's exactly what happened with this game. It was on sale, and the trailer was unbelievable. This is a trailer that made me buy the game.
Will we repeat the same disaster that happened 18 years ago? Count me in!
ANNO Mutationem has 2 sides, 2D side-scrolling combat, and the more 3D open-world cyberpunk-esque style exploration. Now, in my opinion, the gameplay isn't bare bones, but it's damn near close to that. All enemies you find throughout the game can be defeated the same way, by spamming square or parrying. Now again, I just want to say, it's not bad. This combat is not bad. It's just that the skill floor to ceiling is almost not there. Light and heavy attacks, and in my honest opinion, heavy attacks are kind of really useless in this game. No matter what I did, the damage was just never worth the slow attacks. But what was worth it on the heavy attack was that you take their shield down, and once you get their shield down, you go in for the finisher, right? Well, light attacks also take the shield down, and once you get a specific microchip that increases the penetration, well, it is actually broken when you have that. Because after that, heavy attacks didn't exist for me. I just spammed square the whole time. And parrying in this game is actually really fun and kind of OP. I would rather have a parry system that is too simple than too complex. And it's not too simple here in ANNO Mutationem, but it is incredibly OP. I spend all my skill points doing the parrying and the defense stuff in the skill tree because I kind of realized if you just stand still and parry an enemy at the right time, they do nothing. It's too OP. Again, I will preface, the combat here isn't bad at all. It is just simple. Simple and fun. One of the interchangeables in combat here, though, that I will talk about that is actually really well done is the item management. I kind of think item management, honestly, is a really unsung hero to having great games. I think of games like Witcher 3, Wuchang Fallen Feathers, Nier Automata. These games had great item management, and I'll say so does ANNO Mutationem. Essentially, every item you can consume or throw in this game is useful. There was maybe only one item in the game that I generally kept discarding because I didn't need it in my backpack, but that's pretty good though. Like 90% of items in this game I used, and they felt impactful in gameplay. Bosses, on the other hand, I'll say maybe 1 or 2 bosses in this game felt good. The other just had me feeling like this. What a shitty boss. Get the fuck out of here. Moving on, let's talk story, because this is polarizing. This is wow, let's talk about this. Ass. The story does nothing for the first 85% of the game. There's a very, very common saying in pieces of media that says, show, don't tell. It's the reason why when I talk about things in this review, and any review I do, I show them on screen. This game doesn't show you anything. It constantly tells you the plot through secondhand hearing, through notes and notes and notes. I don't hate notes. Games can do notes really well all the time. This game's notes have you reading like 2 whole ass paragraphs, and at the end you go, I didn't even read anything. That was a whole bunch of nothing. I even found duplicate notes in this game. Wait, that's the same. Is that the same fucking note I read earlier? This is the same note I read earlier. This is literally a duplicate note. One of the easiest sure tell signs to say that I just don't like the story is the fact that I finished this game last night from recording right here now live. I could tell you 2 people's names. I can tell you Anne is the main character, and I can tell you Ayane Mitsuno carries this game. Anybody else couldn't name. And I kind of think I understated how hardcore Ayane Mitsuno carries this game. Ayane is your holographic android that follows you through the whole game. Communication droid? If you've seen Kill la Kill, just think of Mako in terms of personality. And I really mean she carries the story and characters in this game. The only character I cared about at all. And the fact that the ending of this game centers around Anne and Ayane and completing their promise to go to the ocean is the only reason why I actually think this game has a good ending. Presentation. I was going to talk about exploration previously in the gameplay category, but I'll talk about it here because the exploration in this game is much more about what you're seeing and hearing. While there is honestly tons of little things to pick out of garbage bags and stuff and interact with in the open world, you're just looking around and seeing things. And to me, honestly, there's just something missing. I personally really like cyberpunk era games. There's always a blanket of melancholic loneliness that kind of always comes with a cyberpunk world. And it's always hidden deep beneath the lively, extroverted, flashing lights of the cities. And for here, there's just so much to look at. It's really great, but I think there's some sound missing somewhere. I just think that there's a little bit of a gap in how much I'm seeing versus how much I'm hearing. Other than that, the music,
Really good, actually.
pretty good, honestly. I think there's probably like 3, maybe 4 tracks that I actually can remember. I remember more tracks from this game than I do characters. And those characters, by the way, are voiced really well. I played in Japanese. I honestly, it's kind of shocked me. There was like 4 voice options. There was like English, Japanese, Chinese, and one other. So hats off to them for that. It's kind of cool.
うちに戻ってこれない？何かあったの？
The map, by the way, in this game, goated. One of the coolest maps you've ever seen. Very easy to read. It's 3D, and it did help me in some situations. Overall impact, my overall opinion on ANNO Mutationem, I truly, in my heart, cannot recommend this game.
The story sucks.
It's just not worth the 11 hours that I put in. And I do have even more reasons than that I've listed. Crafting and buying weapons in this game is completely ass. It's incredibly bare bones. I only crafted 1 weapon in this game. I even remember rescuing a guy and he became a shop guy, and I was like, oh wow, new area, new missions, this is gonna be sick. This is what he had.
What do you got? That's fucking it. This guy has 2 items to buy, man.
But all the small things aren't incredibly bad. There are mini games in this game. 2 of them, at least, that I found. A bar mini game where you make drinks. Pretty simple, but really fun. God gave me that for free. And also a boxing kind of fight mini game, which is just a tournament style 1v1. You gotta go through your ranks, you earn money as you go up. Really fun.
Done deal, 1 try.
But again, truly, I just don't see myself ever recommending this game to anyone. Its strength lies in its presentation and its simple 2D combat. In fact, that's really the only time I really felt like I was having some genuine fun in this game, is in the 2D elements where I'm just doing combat, going through the levels. But that alone just isn't enough to savor, because for me, there's like anchors here. The anchor of the entire story just being garbage until like the final 10%. Every character but like 2 are good and memorable. The boss fights, the weapon crafting. This isn't a dumpster diver garbage type game, but for me, it just personally didn't hit in any way possible. ANNO Mutationem gets a 6 out of 10. So that's it. ANNO Mutationem. Not every indie game that I buy off PlayStation Network is going to be an indie hit gem, but you never know. There's always one hiding in there somewhere. For now, I'm your host, Beneath the Mask of Just Review. Peace out.
I gotta be honest, I got out of that situation in insane fashion. I think he's trying to suicide me there.
I know you're here to find out the Easter egg soundtrack that I put in at the end of every video, but did you know that I have a Buy Me a Coffee page? A page where you can donate to your favorite YouTube creator. Half of the money that's donated to that page is personally donated back to Child's Play Charity, a charity that's dedicated to supplying games and technology to children in hospitals around the world. So that's that. Did you guess the soundtrack?